What is up? It's Tony, the Driven Dad, and welcome back to the channel. I am on my way to pick up a Jason's Deli, so let's get in some content for the day. Now today I want to kind of go over a little bit of a story. I know it's not necessarily getting out of debt content, but that is coming. I'm working on the line items right now of each debt so I can start that process as far as getting a plan of action on each debt. But story time is, all right, now that we're over here, I just got an update that makes it so I only have to press down once for autopilot. So the other night I was doing some Uber. I picked up a guy from his apartment and he wanted to go to a dispensary, and I don't really care for the dispensary pickups, but I can do the drop-offs just fine. As he gets into my vehicle, he's like, I need to come back. Can I do a round trip, or would you like me to order another Uber to come home? And I was like, it's the busy time of the day. I don't want to miss out on opportunity waiting for you at the dispensary because you don't know how long that might take. So he's like, no problem, I'll just order a new Uber. Well, I drop him off. I do like a Doordash or something. And then from the Doordash, I pick up a new passenger. And this guy gets in my car and he's like, hey, there's a phone back here. I'm like, oh, great. So my thought is like, it's got to be the guy dropped off at the dispensary. I try to call the dispensary and see if somebody's looking for a phone, and they said nobody's here looking for a phone. And then maybe 5 minutes later, I start getting the lost sound getting played on the phone, and the phone is marked as lost, and then there's a phone number attached to call. So I try calling the phone and it says that it's disconnected. So, unfortunately, I couldn't call them back. And then they keep on sending the lost message, and I'm like, gosh, dang it, this is getting so annoying. I'm like, please just, give me a phone number I can actually talk to you on. Well, after a little bit of time, finally somebody calls the phone, and I'm like, hey, whose phone is this? Because they left it in their Uber and they keep paging it, but I can't contact them because the phone number they gave me doesn't work. And then they left a message, hey, I see you driving around all over the place. If I give you $25, can you return my phone, please? And then it's the same phone number, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So the person who called actually ended up being his girlfriend. So I got out of her where he lives, and then I was like, yep, it's definitely the dispensary guy. So, but when she called, I was on the middle of a Doordash. So I had to finish that. I asked her to send me the address because there's a different building numbers and everything. And so I make it over there to the apartment, and I call the girlfriend, who doesn't speak very good English, and she's trying to tell me to go up the right stairs, and there's 4 sets of stairs to choose from at this apartment. And I'm like, my gosh. And I'm like, I'm getting ready to FaceTime her because I asked her if she could FaceTime, and she said yes. And this other lady, she's walking to her apartment, and she's asking me if I'm looking for a specific apartment she could help me find it. And I was like, I'm not sure. I'm on the phone with this guy's girlfriend. He left the phone in my car. I'm his Uber driver. She's like, oh, okay. And she starts walking up the stairs, and then this guy starts walking down the stairs kind of frantically. I'm like, oh yes, that's him. He looked a little different because he was wearing a hat when he got in my car. He's not wearing one now. And he's like, did you just drop her off? I was like, no. I've been talking to your girlfriend to try to find you because the phone number you put on the lost doesn't work. And he was like so grateful that I brought the phone. And he's like, can I pay you some money? I'm like, sure, you can pay me some money. And so I walk up with him to his apartment, and he's like, he invites me inside, and I'm like, am I going to die? You know, is this the end of the Driven Dad? Obviously not, because I'm telling this story, but it could have been the end of the Driven Dad. I did have something to protect myself, but, you know, he's pretty high at this point. Like, he could not cognitively put together things. So he's like looking for his wallet. He's like, can't find my wallet. So hang on. And he comes over to me, and he's like, here you go. Since now I'm having like a really great day, here you go. He gives me a $100 bill. $100. I'm like, are you sure you want to give me $100? He's all, yes, you just don't understand. My life is on this phone. He works in technology, and he's got several different authenticators on there. And I'm imagining if he had to tell his work that he lost his phone, it would probably not turn out as easy as a process to wipe that phone and reset up authentications on a new one, and you know, potentially whatever other problems could happen. But yeah, $100. And so yeah, it was crazy. And the crazy thing is that if I would have just told him that I would wait for him, none of that would have ever happened. And I kind of feel bad for that. But he is very grateful. And then once he got his phone back and I left, I'm driving to my next Doordash, and I see Uber alert me that I got a $20 tip. So he tipped me $20 more on the app. So, all right, I'm at Jason's Deli now, and I'm gonna run in here and get this stuff real quick. All right, now let's get back on the road here. So yeah, that was a crazy thing that happened. $100 tip. I mean, that's what got me close that day to my my goal. So I'll go over the numbers for the last 2 days because I'm already a little bit behind on this upload schedule and stuff. So not following stop sign in parking lot. I'm just gonna manually drive this with all these pedestrians in and out of the space here. But yeah, I'll go over some numbers here at the end. And my next step after, well, simultaneously while I'm getting the plan together, I know that I want to get together an emergency fund. And so over the next 30 days, maybe faster, I want to have an emergency fund established. So then everything that we generate in revenue between myself and my wife will then go to debt. And I'll go over the debt strategy. Oh my gosh. All these orange cones freaked out the car. But I'll go over the debt strategy, or the debt-free strategy of the actual steps I'm going to use to do that, and the methods. Can you stop turning on this turn signal to change lanes and then not change lanes? Come on. So annoying. What? No. We just changed into this lane. Why would we get in front of that car and then change back out of this lane when we have a turn coming up? All right, so one thing I do need to do in this process is get a different tripod mount, because this one just kind of, it was a cheap one, and you can hear those clicks. Those are what I was talking about the other day. I don't like that. And I was hearing like a squeak, so I'm trying to figure out what that squeak was as well. Was it my steering wheel? Was it my feet? Because I don't hear squeaks in here, but I heard it on there. Was it the actual camera mount that was squeaking? I don't know. Oh, one of those. My gosh. It's getting a little loud. So yeah, we'll go over the debt plan, and all right. Oh. This guy, he's doing a U-turn. Well, I guess he does have a U-turn available. This has been a rough one. When they have a U-turn available, there should be like a do not turn right on red sign. Instead, there's a yield sign. Not liking the sound of that mount. All right, so we're almost there. My goodness. I'm taking over because it's coming in hot, kind of like Welty's song on that turn. And I can't send feedback because I'm too close to the location I'm going to in order for that to happen. All right, I'm gonna park. We'll get this thing dropped off, and then I'll wrap up this video, get it edited. Well, I'll wrap up this portion, go over some earnings, and then we'll do the next step. Time for the wrap up of the video, and we'll go over what I made on Wednesday. Wednesday was $384.04. And Thursday, I made $365.78. I did not make 20 trips per day on Uber this week. Currently today I'm at 5 trips, so we got to adjust that plan, make sure that I'm hitting those goals, or maybe even dropping down one more tier on the bonuses. But Wednesday, that story I told you about, that happened Wednesday, so that $100 tip or return fee, that helped a lot. And Thursday, only got $10 in cash from a cash tip. So there was quite a bit of large order program going on Thursday, so that boosted the income. So it looks like if you divide things up and try to get the best opportunities available across the board, then that's the way to go. I know people can single app and do this stuff too, but 400 a day is still the goal. This week was kind of getting into the swing of things for sure, and we just got to refine and perfect the methods and the strategies so that we can maximize on this journey of getting out of debt. So thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you hit the thumbs up for me, that would be great. If you want to follow the journey, hit the subscribe button. And if you could leave me a comment in the comment section, are you on a debt-free journey as well? Let me know. How much debt are you working on? If you're willing to share, I'd appreciate any kind of comments. I hope you have a profitable day, and remember to stay driven.